Before going forward in this video, please make sure that you have watched the last part of this video. Trauma does not exist. Youth, if you are going to state things so focusably, I had like to throw out explanation to begin with. What is the difference you refer to between etiology and teleology? Well, suppose you have got a cold with a high fever and you go to see the doctor. Then suppose the doctor says the reason for your sickness is that yesterday when you went out, you were not depressed properly and that's why you caught a cold. Now, would you be satisfied with that? Youth, of course, I would not. It would not matter to me what the reason was, the way I was stressed or because it was raining or whatever. It is the symptoms, the fact that I am suffering with a high fever now, that would matter to me. If he is a doctor, I had need him to treat me by prescribing medicine, giving shots or taking whatever specialized measures are necessary. Philosopher, yet those who take an ontological stance, including most counselors and psychiatrists, would argue that what you were suffering from stemmed from such and such cause in the past, and would then end up just consoling you by saying, so you see, it's not your fault. The argument concerning so-called trauma is typical of ontology. Youth, wait a minute, are you denying the existence of trauma altogether? Philosopher, yes I am, adamantly. Youth, what? Are not you? Or I guess I should say Adler an authority or psychology? Philosopher, in Adler in psychology, trauma is definitely denied. This was a very new and revolutionary point. Certainly the Freudian view of trauma is fascinating. Freud's idea is that a person's psyche wounds trauma cause his or her present unhappiness. When you treat a person's life a vast narrative, there is an easily understandable causality and sense of dramatic development that creates strong impressions and is extremely attractive. But Adler in Daniel of the trauma argument states the following: no experience is in itself a cause of our success or failure. We do not suffer from the shock of our experiences, the so-called trauma, but instead we make out of them whatever suits our purposes. We are not determined by our experiences, but the meaning we give them is itself determining. Youth, so we make of them whatever suits our purposes? Philosopher, exactly. Focus on the point Adler is making here when he refers to the self being determined not by our experiences themselves, but by the meaning we give them. He is not saying that the experience of a horrible calamity or abuse during childhood or other such incidents have no influence on forming a personality. Their influencers are strong, but the important thing is that nothing is actually determined by those influences. We determine our own lives according to the meaning we give to those past experiences. Your life is not something that someone gives you, but something you choose yourself. And you are the one who decided how you live. Youth, okay, so you are saying that my friend has shut himself in his room because he actually chooses to live this way. This is serious, believe me. It is not what he wants. If anything, it's something he was forced to choose because of circumstances. He had no choice other than to become who is now. Philosopher, he had no choice other than to become who he is now. Philosopher, no. Even supposing that your friend actually thinks, I cannot fit into society because I was abused by my parents, it's still because it is his goal to think that way. Youth, what sort of goal is that? Philosopher, the immediate thing would probably be the goal, not going out. He is creating anxiety and fear as his reasons to stay inside. Youth, but why does not he want to go out? That's where the problem resides. Philosopher, well, think of it from the parent's view. How would you feel if your child were shut up in a room? Youth, I had be worried, of course. I had want to help him return to society. I had want him to be well, and I had wondered if I had raised him improperly. I am sure I would be seriously concerned and try in every way imaginable to help him back to a normal existence. Philosopher, that is where the problem is. Youth, where? Philosopher, if I stay in my room all the time without ever going out, My parents will worry. I can get all of my parents' attention focused on me. They will be extremely careful around me and always handle me with kid gloves. On the other hand, if I take even one step out of the house, I will just become part of a faceless mass whom no one pays attention to. I will be surrounded by people I don't know and just end up average or less than average. And no one will take special care of me any longer. Such stories about reclusive people are not uncommon. Youth, in that case, following your line of reasoning, my friend has accomplished his goal and is satisfied with his current situation. Philosopher, I doubt he is satisfied, and I am sure he is not happy either. But there is no doubt that he is also taking action in line with his goal. This is not something that is unique to your friend. Every one of us is living in line with some goal. Youth, no way, I reject that as completely unacceptable. Look, my friend is. Philosopher, listen, the discussion would not go anywhere if we just keep talking about your friend. It will turn into a trial in absentia, and that would be hopeless. Let's use another example. Youth, well, how about this one? It's my own story about something I experienced yesterday. Philosopher, oh, I'm all ears. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe this channel for more upcoming videos.